Hello and welcome back to the Dave Does Detailing YouTube channel, and welcome to the very first full video of 2021. You'll see that I've been putting up wee short videos just to keep things ticking over in the channel. I've not really had the opportunity to get out and test any products or properly wash the car. The weather's been appalling up here, and this is the first day that I've actually had the chance to properly go out and test some products. And I hear you say, what products are you testing today, Dave? Well, we are testing whether or not a subscription box from a detailing company is worthwhile trying out. The subscription box in question is Becauseracecarbox. It's such a tongue twister to say that. I've got it wrong. I've recorded this intro so many times. Now, what comes in January's box is you get 4 sample size bottles and 1 dual-sided chenille wash mitt. I'm not going to talk about the products now. I'm going to wash the car, I'm going to take you through the process, show you how I use the products, how to get the most out of the products that you're given, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little later on. So without further ado, we're going to talk about the products as I use them throughout today's maintenance wash on the M4. So what you're seeing me use here is the Polished Pigs pre-wash. Now this comes in a 150 ml bottle, is pre-diluted at a 1:1 ratio. Now if you read the actual label, you can further dilute this to 1:4 for medium soiling or 1:8 for light soiling. So I went ahead and diluted that at 1:4, and it gave me around about 400 ml worth of product, and that done me for the full car as a pre-wash, as well as the tyres to use as an APC style thing on the tyres, and it allowed me to go around the car and get into all the nooks and crannies as well, which we'll come on to later on. Then, as you can see at the moment, we're using the Auto Bead alloy wheel cleaner. It's very straightforward instructions, it comes ready to go. All you need to do is give the alloy a thorough coating in the wheel cleaner and leave for 3 to 4 minutes to allow the reaction to occur and to start breaking down the grime. This isn't a fallout style wheel cleaner, so you're not going to get that purple reaction, that kind of bleeding effect. It's genuinely just going to eat into the dirt. So while the product is dwelling away there, what we're going to do is we're just going to go in and agitate it. And what I'm using for this process is the SGCB wheel brushes. This is the new style that are more of a wool finish, so you don't get that horrible splashback. The only issue that I found with my car being an M car and having quite big rotors, that the larger brush did not fit in between the barrel and the brake disc, so that was a bit of a pain in the ass, but I suppose that's the consequences of having this kind of car. So I'm just finishing up getting the barrels of the car agitated up and giving them a nice little clean, and the next thing that I'm going to reach for is my dedicated wheel wash mitt. I've actually kind of taken to using a softer approach with these wheels, because when I took them off to apply the G5 coating, I noticed that the harsher wheel brushes had actually caused a little bit of scratching on the inside of the barrels. So I'm going all out to be as careful as possible, and what I did was I filled up my wheel bucket, I put a little bit of the Auto Bead shampoo that we're going to come on to into the bucket just to give a little bit of extra lubrication for the wash mitt. Thoroughly cleaned the wheel, getting into all the kind of corners, and the benefit of using the wash mitt on the wheels is that you can, as you can see there, you can get right in behind the spokes. That's an area that's often missed when you're only using a brush and getting the faces of the wheel. So we've applied 2 products already. We've applied the Polished Pigs pre-wash to the tyres, and we've applied the Auto Bead alloy cleaner to the wheels, giving them both a thorough clean, and now we're just going to kind of wash off And what can I say about the product so far is, yeah, they've both done a good job. The tyre's clean, the alloy wheel is clean, so definitely don't have any complaints about it. And one of the bonuses about the alloy wheel cleaner is it didn't smell like rotten eggs. So next up is going to be giving the car a pre-wash, and of course we're going to be using the Polished Pigs citrus-based pre-wash for this process. As you can see, I've decanted it into a bigger bottle. I basically topped it up to 400 ml worth of capacity, which gives you around about a 1 to 4 ratio, which is nice and strong to get rid of any of the kind of winter salt and road grime. And all I'm going to do is go around the car, spray it. I think I'm complaining about the wind there because it is quite windy and I can see the product just flying away from the panel that I'm trying to cover. But yeah, spray the car, give it a thorough coating, and because it's nice and cool air temperatures, we can leave this for a good 5 to 10 minutes to dwell and let it go to work and do what it needs to do. So I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me spray product on a car for another few minutes, as well as the dwell time, so I'm just going to end it here and I'm going to just cut straight to the rinse. So normally I would apply a snow foam after applying a pre-wash just to give a little bit of extra cleaning power, but the kit didn't come with a snow foam this month, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray off the Polished Pigs pre-wash and I'm just going to see how it's performed. I'm not going to do any swab tests or anything like that because I'm not testing the product. This is a review of the subscription box. It just happens to be that I'm using the products from the subscription box. So you can see it foaming up there as I'm rinsing off, just indicating that the product's not dried out, that it's still on the panel. And yeah, I'm not going to show you 3-4 minutes of me rinsing product off a car. It's a black car, you're not going to see any great difference in cleanliness. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip straight to a time lapse in 3, 2, 1. So I'm just going to very quickly apply a snow foam. It didn't come in the kit, so I'm not going to talk about it. That's for another video. So the next product that we pulled out of the box was the Auto Bead Premium shampoo. Now this shampoo has a 2300 to 1 dilution ratio, which is ridiculous. I couldn't even calculate how much stuff I was meant to put in, so I just went ahead with 2 capsules into the bucket. So after all that excitement, what can we actually say about the shampoo? Again, this is a first impressions use, created plenty of foam, and when I loaded up the provided double-sided chenille wash mitt, it carried plenty of suds onto the car, and while washing, at this point right now I'm looking at it thinking, really get the full car in the shot so that you can actually see what I'm doing, you absolute moron. However, I digress. So yeah, the shampoo, it seemed to carry a lot of suds onto the car. It was slick enough. There's not really an awful lot more that you can say about a shampoo. At the end of the day, it's doing its job. It was nice enough to use, and as my daughter walked past, told me that it smelled really nice as well, so all things are a bonus. So at this point, I'd hardly used any of the shampoo that was provided in the bottle, and I've got a lot of shampoos, so I thought I'm going to do a test here. A lot of people I've seen like to put their shampoo onto the car via a snow foam lance. Now, this I put 300ml of water in the lance, I put about 20ml of product in on top of that, and it was like shaving foam coming through it. So again, this was just a test. It's not an intended use of the product, but I was just messing about at this point. So while you watch me waste product in snow foam Cal, it doesn't need to be snow foam. I may as well talk about the other product that came in the box, which was the Carchem interior clean coat. Now I didn't go into the interior today, despite the sunshine in there. It was absolutely freezing, so I didn't really want to mess about too much longer. My hands were getting cold. I'm wearing a stupid wee pair of thin joggies. My legs were getting cold, and to be honest, I just wanted to get back in the house and get a cup of tea. So I've yet to use that product, but I've seen some good things about it. So while I mess about wasting product and cleaning my snow foam lance out, may as well just very quickly discuss what I actually think about Becauseracecarbox and what they provide. So, is a subscription box worth it? Well, really, it's essentially a bit of a gamble. Some months you're going to get stuff that's very, very useful to you. Some months you're going to get things that are not as useful to you. All you need to do is just go back through and look at previous boxes, and I would make my decision based on that. The products that came in the January box I was certainly impressed with, and when you break it down into cost per item, you're most definitely getting more than the value of the box inside the box. So when you look at it like that, it would appear that it makes it a worthwhile thing to have. So I'll bring the video to an end there. What I'll leave you with is a quick walk around the car once I eventually manage to get some spray sealant on it and dry it off before retreating to the house for a nice warm cup of tea. So thank you very much for watching. If you've made it to the end, do us a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe if you've not subscribed, and stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.